Okay, spheres. These are weird. Check it out. How do you find the area of that? How do you know like length and width and blah blah blah? So awkward. Could you draw a net for a sphere?
No.
It's impossible. There's actually some pretty cool videos of people on YouTube trying to cut a beach ball up into a net. Or no, they cut it up and then they turn it inside out. That's weird.
It doesn't really work.
Yeah.
Don't you just cut it into
Is it because it has no flat faces so they cannot find
Pretty much.
the net?
Pretty much. Satellite is wrapped with polyester film to protect it during transportation. How much film is required to cover the spherical Echo satellite, which has a circumference of 95.8 meters? Give your answer to the nearest tenth of a square meter.
I think its circumference has something to do with it.
Yeah, circumference definitely has something to do with it. The nice thing about the surface area formula for a sphere is well, I'll just give it to you. It's really easy to remember. I'm not going to go quite into how to explain how to get it. Maybe if we have time later on in the chapter, I'll show you a cool activity. But it's 4 pi r squared. I'm just gonna give it to you this time.
Oh wow. Real
Okay.
complicated.
Yeah, pretty crazy. But something in that formula should look familiar.
Pi r squared.
Pi r squared, what's that?
Area of a circle.
Area of a circle. So essentially the surface area of a sphere is 4 times the area of a circle with the same radius. And if you're ever bored, which you never will be because you're always doing homework.
Pretty much.
But if you ever find the time, take a grapefruit, peel it. You can do this with a grapefruit or an orange, but something with a thin peel usually works nicely. So if you find a grapefruit with a thin peel or one of those mandarin oranges, and you take the orange peels, you can create 4 identical circles, all with the same radius as the grapefruit or the orange.
Cool.
You can make 4 new circles with the peel that have the same radius as the fruit. Pretty cool. I tried it once, it kind of worked. It got really messy. Alright. The nice thing about the surface area for a sphere formula is the only thing we have to find is
The radius.
the radius. That's it.
Everything else is pretty much.
Do they give us the radius?
Circumference.
They give us the circumference. Rats.
So when you have to divide it by 2.
When you
So-
divide by
Circumference equals... What's the formula?
2 pi
pi
times
r
r.
8
2 pi r.
or 2 pi r, yeah.
You could also do pi d if you want, but 2 pi r works. Since we're gonna use this one since we want to find r. So 95.8 is equal to 2 pi r. How do I find r?
You divide each side by 2 pi.
Yeah, divide by 2 pi, divide by 2 pi. Since I'm dividing by 2 things that are being multiplied together, what do I need to make sure I put in my calculator when I'm dividing?
Brackets?
Do you remember? Brackets. That's very important. So 95.8 divided by brackets, 2 pi, and bracket.
Isn't it 2 8?
Nope, 95.8. Okay, so that will give you r. What is the value of r?
15.24.
Okay, blah, blah, blah. I would store that because we're going to need to use it in a moment. Surface area is 4 pi r squared. So, just plug it in. 4 pi times 15.24, blah, 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 squared.
For the 95.8, when you're trying to find the radius,
Uh-huh.
what's the slash mean?
Divide. Okay, so what do you get when you find the surface area?
2918.
So 2921.3 square meters.